This week on Big Eyes, we give our top 8 for the last 6 months. Find out how we're feeling about what came and went in Shonen Jump on episode 114. Let's get it.
The Big Eyes Podcast.
We are back. Welcome back to the Big Eyes Podcast, episode 114. As always, is AD and LJ, man. Glad to have you back, man.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. I feel that I've been gone for so long. But like you said, I'm back, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm saying I'm happy to be here. Like I haven't been here for what 100.
Oh nah,
at least 110 plus.
Nah,
I probably missed like 3 episodes total. 3 or 4 episodes total. I've been here at least 110 though. But nah, man. Yeah, life's been all over the place. But you know what? We had to make this one happen.
oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we got some news, we got some stuff, we got a lot of different things. Shout out to Jeff, the Platinum Chanel boy himself, for holding it down for me. Held it down on probably the return of the decade.
Man, listen, I'm mad that you wasn't here for this conversation, man.
Is this the like? This is Cena returning in New York, like for the Rumble, man. Like this is. Like, man, like I don't know. I don't. What bigger thing could happen this year to top Togashi? Like what bigger? Like I don't know what can happen this year that's bigger than Togashi returning. We're getting more Hunter x Hunter chapters.
Listen, man.
Like what more could happen?
Literally, that was the best thing. The only other thing that could be announced that would break the internet is the return of Super, the anime.
I don't even think that's bigger than that. I think
that's why I was like, it's arguable.
Like I even think if Super was to be nah, never mind. That's my hating bias. I'm just being a full blown hater. That would blow up. Super getting returned back. But I mean, let's be real though. Dragon Ball really hasn't been out the loop. We still had movies, like we're still getting the manga. Like it's not like Dragon Ball really went anywhere. It's just the anime just isn't,
Yeah.
Like we haven't had nothing.
I mean, I'm thinking about
when was the last Hunter x Hunter chapter was what?
2018, and the only reason I know that is also because that was the beginning of One Piece, and we just got the start of Wano, which is finally ended, but it was around that same time, like late 2018. We got the One Piece movie and all of that stuff. And listen, man, 4 years.
Like 4 years of nothing. Nothing, not a wimp, not a movie, not a nothing. Wait, we got the Yu Yu Hakusho stuff, but
that was like the 30th anniversary or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the same. Like, man, hiatus, bro. Like,
we ain't got no lick of artwork.
Nothing. We got fan work, bro. We got fan work. We got people drawing Gon with dreads and stuff like that, bro. Like man, we have people drawing Killua with afros. That's all we really had.
We had 2 interviews of this man saying, "Yeah, I don't want to die before I complete this."
Man, you know what I'm saying? So, Togashi return. I mean, that's the biggest thing that happened this year. I mean, there's nothing this year that can top that. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. I'm really excited to see what these chapters are like.
Yeah.
We're gonna get mad text boxes. I can't wait.
I feel like he's had some time to work out not having so many text boxes. I hope that's the case. This man has just he's been posting little corners.
That's probably a big listen. That's because he ain't trying to show us the text on them pages. That's why. He is not trying to show us the text on those pages
Yo.
because it's novel length.
Oh my god.
I just I don't know. I'm excited, man. I'm happy my guy's back. I'm happy that Hunter x Hunter is coming back. Like I can't wait.
Same, man. I will say, like, it's speaking of like Hunter x Hunter and like because I brought up One Piece, man. I think the other biggest thing that we've gotten so far is the fact that One Piece is entering its final saga arc. It's going on breaking like the next 2 weeks, and all of July is going to be gone. And is after that is entering the final arc for its 25th
What does the
anniversary.
final arc look like? We still got 2 emperors that need to be taken down.
That's what the next chapter is supposed to reveal. Like we got left on a massive cliffhanger in this chapter about the bounties, all the stuff that happened in the aftermath of Wano, like what's going on with the rest of the world, man. Like it's so much that's happening in One Piece right now. And the movie comes out with Shanks in August. Listen, man.
You think the Shanks thing? You think the Shanks movie is gonna tie into the manga though, or
A lot
like
of the
tell
movies,
something like?
a lot of the movies have like a canon element or backstory to them, and this one only has like a slight tie-in where I think part of the movie takes place in the year that Luffy was with Shanks at the like in chapter 1. So that's where I think that part of the canon story is. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy that ties into the manga.
Yeah, I mean, One Piece ending. I think we got 2 more after this. I think we got 2 more arc. I mean, unless he's completely been like, no, this is the final saga. This is the final arc.
Yeah.
I haven't read anything or seen anything, but I think we probably got like 2 more.
Not so like sagas are usually like comprising of 3 or more arcs or 2 or more arcs.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay. See, this is why you do. This is why you're the smart one. I just all I do is hate.
yeah. I mean,
You bring the intelligent energy, and I just hate on everything. It's just a great balance of stuff. You get, you learn some things, and you get some laughs out of it.
man, listen, I'm just happy that
But not
we're
it's
in
just
great spaces right now.
we are, man. Listen, we got some legendary stuff happening, some legendary comebacks, man. I'm really excited about what is about to happen in the manga verse.
Yeah, man.
We
I
got a lot
think
of
we
good
forgot
stuff.
to mention it. Motherfucking Black Clover is also ending like pretty soon. It's been on break for a good little minute. So
Oh
like
yeah, 3 months. That's probably what we about a month and a half of it being gone.
yeah, so like I guess by the time One Piece comes back, Black Clover will also be back. Hopefully Hunter x Hunter will be back. Listen,
A
man.
lot of cool things happening.
Yeah.
A lot of cool things happening. So really excited as manga fans, obviously, that we're getting some good stuff. But um, you know, it's been 6 months though. It's
Yeah.
been 6 months of chapters. We've only done like what a couple months of we only been 2 months of power rankings, but we got 6 months of chapters, and I think that it's time, AD. It's that time of the year. It's that so far list of the year.
How we feeling? How we
How we
feeling
feeling,
so
man?
far?
How we feeling so far on the year, man? We looking at the collective. We looking at these holes. We looking at like who's been really coming in and shutting things down. Who you really been banging with, and this list may piss some people off.
Yeah.
There's been let's get to the notable omissions.
Yeah.
The notable ones that did not make it.
I'm not gonna hold you. I want to start off with Black Clover because I definitely forgot about it. Like that is a notable omission. But I think
that is a notable omission. That's a very notable omission. That's a very notable omission.
Like
I'll say this. For me, it wasn't that Black Clover was bad this year. Black Clover was redundant in terms of I think like the story and the arc and everything was cool and it was it was entertaining. It was just it just felt like we've seen this before.
yeah.
It's kind of just like like Black Clover kind of does the same. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. It's just they tweak it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing that they really did. I felt that we haven't seen in this story before.
Yeah. Agreed. Not to say that any of it was bad. I think it actually ended like the arc on a solid cliffhanger.
Oh yeah, it was that last chapter was beautiful. There's a reason why I got #1 that week.
Mm-hmm.
Like that last chapter and everything that setup was beautiful. But once again, how many How many alter egos can we have in this story?
Yeah, that's the main thing. So it's like, all right,
That like Black Clover is just a big like don't trust anybody. Like Black Clover is the reason why I have trust issues type manga.
even though it's usually the power of friendship in that manga, it's like, damn, who can you really
Oh yeah,
trust?
superpower of friendship.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
So
still solid. But yeah, it's not in this ranking. Um, so
yeah, I don't know. I just personally feel like that was the biggest thing that took it away from me.
yeah,
It was just the fact that it was just like when looking at the whole when we're looking at the rest of the year in like in comparison to the ones that we do have on our top 8 for the year so far, I'm like I'm like what did it do to make me go like holy crap it belongs there? And I just personally found like
yeah,
overall as a story I'm just like it didn't like push the envelope for me. It played it fairly safe for me.
yeah. I
And
I agree.
I'm like cool. Another omission that you're gonna see is Spy Family.
Hmm.
Um, it's not for a bad reason. It's just when you break it down to consistency and break it down to what they wrote about this year. I mean, it's just a lot of side missions.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the chapters weren't bad. I think the Lloyd backstory was a heavy carrier of everything,
Hmm.
but like nothing really happened.
Yeah.
Like it's just I mean, it was just a you look at it in totality. I mean, and plus 9 chapters in 6 months is that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I think that it's also because we got the cool down of the your stuff on the family vacation. They come back to school and now it's just like some slice of life stuff. We get to see Anya, get her first bolt from the terrible teacher, even though she won points with Damien and like their friendship for the overall mission. Like that was cool. And then the Lloyd backstory, like you said, it was solid coming towards this like the last few chapters, but all in all, it's just everything else just hit a little bit more than what Spy Family delivered in terms of the overarching story.
Now the your boat stuff happened this year.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
it'll for sure been
fantastic.
on
Oh
this
yeah.
list. It'll for sure been on this
Oh
list. If we
yeah.
got the your stuff and the Lloyd backstory in the same within the same
Listen.
6 months. Oh yeah, for sure it would have been on. Um, but no, yeah, like once again, it's not a bad thing that is off the list. It's just that for the 8 that we have ranked, it just did not do enough.
Yeah.
Um, another one, Kaiju number 8. Uh, I just wasn't feeling it. I
I
don't think I'm just the biggest fan of Kaiju number 8. I think it's good. I don't think it's just I don't. I go back and forth. Like it has some banger chapters, and it goes like into these low moments where I'm just like, all right, whatever. And then it goes like it's real back and forth for me.
see personally, like
Like especially these last few chapters. Like these last few chapters, I've been so disinterested.
I love the last few chapters, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like the last few chapters been going crazy. Like Reno getting the suit, him first passing out from using the suit, and then like having to wake up and come to terms with how he's gonna actually train with it. So they go on this field mission. It's not working out too well. He's pushing himself to the limit. You got I forget his name, Furuhashi, who is, he's getting left behind because everybody else around him is that much better. But it's a lot of things that are going on with Kaiju number 8 that so far in the year they've been working up the team aspect and the kind of friendship they have inside of the defense force. So it's not bad per se. I think that a lot of things hit a little bit more. This has just been like a growth for Reno and Furuhashi so far, and like just seeing some aspects of the other kaiju members. So I personally like it a whole lot. Like it's been missing because everything else has been a little bit better in my opinion. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't even care about the side characters. Like I say, everything on this list has side characters I care about, and they've been doing things with the side characters I at least care about.
yeah, yeah, that's
Like
true.
this, I'm like once again, like when they break away from the main story, I tap out. I'm like whatever, I don't care. Like everything else on this list, like they break away from the main story, we're okay. I'm good.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, I think the biggest omission This is like gonna get our head chopped off.
Man, listen, I'm ready for it. I don't even care for real. Like, I think we've expressed how we felt about this
I think
entire
we
year.
have expressed. I think even he has admitted to his very slow start this year. Hopefully he ends the year out with a bang. Jujutsu Kaisen did not make our best so far. AD, I want you to explain first. Hey, I'm gonna put you in the line of fire first, and I'll follow up behind. But
I mean, I could tell you right now, like, this was one of probably, it wasn't the biggest thing that we were trying to decide when it came up to this. But I think once we started implementing the power rankings, we kind of really broke down how we've been feeling about JJK, at least in comparison to other series. Because, like, we both enjoy JJK. Like, we'll tell, like, Gege has really been, like, not, you know, on the ball lately. I don't know what he's been
oh, he
doing.
hasn't been in.
Like,
He has not been in peak form. He has
like
not been in peak form. He has not been in peak form at all.
it,
He's been borderline bad.
and that's the
He's
thing.
he's picking up. He's definitely picking up.
And that's why it was such a hard thing, because it's like when we look at the beginning, like we literally measured out like what the first official chapter was, and it was the end of the Megumi stuff with Reggie, and then going into the Yuta stuff. And we thought the Yuta stuff was cool. It's like, oh shit, we finally moving on.
The Yuta stuff was okay.
Yeah, but halfway through the Yuta stuff, it started to feel like, all right, what are we really doing here? Like, what is this overall achievement? Like, I think the best thing that boosted about the Yuta stuff was the fact that we got JJK Zero coming out stateside. So it's like, it's the Yuta high at that moment. But like, once it wore off, like, what was there for real, in terms of the Sendai colony? Like, we got some of the stuff with the cockroach. We got some of the older families, Sky Girl. We got Johnny Bravo, which I still got to call that man Johnny Bravo for real. But like, you know what I'm saying? That stuff was all right. But then we transitioned into the manga character and that stuff for a minute. And coming off some of the ending of the Yuta stuff, it just wasn't like the best thing in the world. I think it's picked up. We both have agreed, like, it's picked up with Kashimo and Hikari. Like, all the stuff in the last month or so has been really good. So I think, like, when we look at it as a whole, it's been picking up. It's been on a steady increase. Like, the stocks have been rising, but it just was a low point at the year, man. We saw a dip, man. But niggas just had to buy into the dip. That's why I was like, you know what? It's a hard reset. Hard reset. We came back.
Hard, man. I mean, I didn't want to see my man go out like that, but you know what? What can we do? He was dropping the ball. He was dropping the ball pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like it got to a point where even he had to apologize. Like that. I mean, like he kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was like the nail in the coffin of just like, all right, like my man, like the beginning of, like my man can't make the list this year. Like, not so far. Not when you look at the six. I mean, he's been picking up. This week's chapter was really great.
Yeah.
But like I said, he's been getting back in his bag a bit. But yeah, I think he is. I think he's finding his footing again, but he was stumbling and mumbling and all that before.
Yeah, definitely. Super and Boruto, we also left off the list.
But like, we've been very vocal about our distaste for both of those, Super and Boruto.
Yeah, I think we've been.
Super got that one. Yeah, Super got that one number one ranking.
Yeah.
And that was low-key a sympathy ranking.
I mean,
you look at everything as a whole. Like, Super been some.
I'm not gonna say I ain't gonna say it's been bad. I will.
It's been some mid grade, bro. It's been some CBD, bro.
Yeah.
It's not gas. It's a CBD weed. It's not no gas. No pun intended.
Nah.
But all right. Well, enough of those. Y'all can yell and scream at us about those in the mentions, and you can. I will open up my mentions for y'all to yell at me.
I'm off Twitter, but you can still mention me.
All right. So now let's get into our top 8 so far. 2022 coming in hot, number 8. Dandadan. This is your joint.
Listen, man, I really love Dandadan. There are only two problems that I have with it so far, and that it has nothing to do with the quality of the story. I think the story is fantastic. The artwork has been amazing. Transition of panels, the fighting is spectacular. Framing, character moments, especially because all this year we've had the evil eye with Gigi, and him being Momo's ex boyfriend, but like we have Ken kind of liking him as a person, and them kind of building a friendship, all of this stuff with him, and the things that happen in Dandadan have been amazing. Like even with some of the gags in Dandadan, the visual gags have been fantastic. I think it's just because we've been taking so long with the evil eye stuff, it kind of puts it back because there hasn't been really any major story progression. Right now, it's only been kind of passive and in regards to how can we handle Gigi? How can Ken power himself up? Like even with some of the latest chapters of them fighting the musical ghosts, um, and how he learned how to use the rock band thing from the exorcism to kind of combat them so he can learn rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Like there have been things that Donna Donna have been amazing, have come back up. The artwork has like allowed it to be expressive in showing the details for that. Uh yeah, man, Dandadan is just fantastic, dog. I just think the only problems with it are the fact that like it's Jump Plus, so you got to read it on Manga Plus or you got to read it on the Viz website. Like those are my only two problems with it. Otherwise, I think Dandadan could definitely be, especially when the anime comes out, it's definitely gonna be, I think, best anime of that year.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I think the biggest thing it has right now, or like the biggest setback it has right now, that the fact that it is on Plus, which I think diminishes a little bit of the popularity since it's not so like widespread. But I do think that when you rate the story, it's been one of the best this year. You definitely put me on. I'll say that you've been pushing the Dandadan propaganda from day one. But no, I think like you said, I think that story wise and everything it has consistently been um yeah, it's been consistent just pushing the story forward and just adding elements to the story, and especially with their dynamics of their relationships. Like it's been adding layers upon layers, and it's been good layers. So I definitely believe that it belongs on number 8. I also do agree that once this gets animated, it will definitely like I think it'll shut things down as soon as it get animated. Um, Coming in at number 7, we spent a lot of time sitting here.
Sorry, she gonna hate me.
Undead Unluck at number 7. Oh wait, going back to omissions. Undead Unluck beat Yozakura family. I want everyone to know that I was the one pushing for Yozakura family. I think it was a much, 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 much better manga. I had to bite the bullet on this one. I had a trade to get something on here. I had to back down on my argument a little bit, but yeah, Undead Unluck. It begins with spring. We go into spring into like Fugo getting killed, and then after that we go into Ragnarok and whatnot. And I think that it's been chaotic, nothing but chaos and vibes for me. Um, but part of me can't deny the fact that like once again it's been consistent at least.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing really bad. Like, that's my thing. Is like for me, Undead Unluck. There's nothing really bad about it. It's just that it's not doing anything from, but it's like it's not bad. I just thought Yours Akura was better. I think what Yours Akura was doing was much better, especially when you get deeper into like the families and stuff like that. But like I said, I had to bite the bullet for Undead Unluck.
Listen, I love both of these series. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'll push Yozakura just as much as I could push Undead Unluck. It's just with when I look at both series and where they were for this year. Like with Yozakura, we had the brother whole thing, him kind of defecting because he wants to protect his siblings and he's the eldest brother, and then we get into some of the heads of the families coming back, and then the dad showing up in some of the recent chapters, kind of like on some wild man shit. Like I think that Yosakura definitely has a spot. Like it's sad that it missed out. But for me, like for Undead Unluck, with the ending in spring, and then like the paneling of them thinking that Andy can finally say to Fuko that he loves her and everything, because he kind of whispers it when they start the spring grade arc, but when they talk about traveling the world so they can get stronger together. And all of a sudden, you have Unruin pull up and just stab her in the back. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole chapter of them like spending time trying to figure out, oh shit, what do we do? Like, there's so many rules in play because of our powers, but we can't do anything about it. And then they go into, the new arc and Ragnarok happening. It's just we see from the beginning, because I spent some time rereading Undead Unluck this week just to make sure I wasn't tripping about like where we place it for real, for real. And I think that it is.
I still think you're tripping, but
I mean, but see, the thing with Undead Unluck that I realized way back early is that you got to reread it because there are a lot of details that go forgotten once you get back into it, which is not a play on words if you know what's happening in the latest stuff. Because it's like we see, some characters in the story that we get hints about their powers and their backstories. Like we just got full backstory with Rip in some of the latest chapters, and they know that there's only one person that can jump through time again, and they kind of figured out that it got to be Fuko, but they got to get her soul back first and make her jump through it because the timeline is already fucked up, which is something that's like the overarching goal from the beginning. I think that Undead Unluck this year has been pushing strong in the terms of like, yeah, vibes and death are gonna happen, but like we're gonna circle back around to all of these things. There's gonna be a bigger story once it gets to the plot that the author is trying to tell it to get to. Because I mean, it would have gotten canceled if it wasn't good. Like, let's be honest, we ranked Ayashimon high as hell every time when we had the rankings, and
we did. And listen, there's a reason why Ayashimon is also another omission on this list. End of the day, regardless of how we felt with it, it got clipped, and we gotta respect the clipping. I gotta respect the clipping because it's like it's not that, but I gotta respect it and whatnot. But once again, I'm not mad that Undead Unluck had made this list. I can't deny it. Once again, my personal feelings, I can't get my personal feelings about it involved when you got to look at the overall things of story, popularity, all that. Like Undead Unluck has been one of the most consistent things on Shonen Jump right now, and especially when you're talking about like fan base and readers, like it's been hitting on all angles. Well, next up at number 6, this is why I had to get on Undead Unluck because I get this at 6. Choujin X. Shout out to Sushita. I think that Choujin X definitely deserves to be on this list for this year for the simple fact that it is really, for me, Choujin X is filling that spot that Chainsaw Man was like left.
I can agree.
And you're talking about something that is gruesome, something that's off the wall, something that is not really like everything else that's going on. It flies just beneath the radar enough to the fact where I feel Sue is able, and like obviously because of Ishida's name, I'm pretty sure that they get more freedom to do what they want a little bit, but it just fills that void for me that Chainsaw Man had left. And I think that this year in the chapters that were released, even though they were a bit even though they were a bit inconsistent for a little bit, or just kind of it kind of just drops, but I think that what it just the story in general, and you just look at the story as a whole, like it's amazing, it's great. Like you want to dive deeper and more into it. Like you anticipate the next chapter, you want to read the entire thing. I think that you kind of fall in love with this this weird world of like Choujins and humans and the like this underground world like that's happening in like the setting. Like it's just, I think personally for me, like the story overall is just, it's one of the best that's going on Shonen Jump.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Like Choujin X has definitely been a solid read whenever the chapters drop. I think there have been times where we will be recording and then the Choujin X chapter would drop and be like, "Fuck, man!"
Oh man, bro, it will drop at like 1 in the morning or like 10 o'clock at night. Between 10 o'clock at night and 1 in the morning, there's definitely times I've been like, "Whoa, wait, this dropped?"
And it's like, damn, like we could have definitely talked about this had we just waited a little bit or something, man. Like I'm not upset at Choujin X being on this list because it definitely deserves it. We've had some amazing imagery. We've had the Moon Choujin come up. We've had the decree of the War Choujin, and that whole spiel. We got Tokyo seeing his homie get sliced up for the first time, and the kidnapping and all of that stuff. It's just been a wild ride going through Choujin X this year, man. Like I'm not upset at it being here at all. It's definitely feeling that Chainsaw Man vibe, like you said. Speaking of which, we do got Chainsaw Man coming too out. Like we who knows where that could lie in the future, but you know, I think for the time being, Choujin X has been holding down that position and giving us what we want out of the imagery and gruesomeness and like the darkness of the genre. You know what I mean? Like it's been very solid. I'm happy that it's at number 6.
Yeah, definitely. I think it deserves that spot. Y'all can, listen. Y'all can come attack me forever y'all need. I would have ranked it higher on my personal thing, but Chosen definitely belonged on there. Number 5, My Hero Academia. Once again, personal feelings aside, we gotta call a spade a spade. We gotta be able to look at things as a whole. We gotta be able to look at things like in context of, we're in this final arc. We're in this final pivotal war. I think that how they've been setting this final war up, especially with this last part with Todoroki and the brothers, and kind of how they've been able to bounce around, kind of throwing a little bit of twists and turns in there. I love the fact that we've really seen the maturity of all these students and them kind of like understanding like the severity of their situation. We're looking at we're like looking at these students. It feels like we're looking at a different cast of characters, if that makes any sense. Like these ain't the same characters and the same students we were reading about in chapter 1. Outside of Deku's pretty much the same. Everybody else though, as like even Bakugo, like I think Bakugo has definitely changed. Like they've kind of had these moments where they're all really changed and grown and matured. You really do see the effects of the battles that they've had to face in a crazy first 2 years of school.
Really just a first year.
Yeah, really just their first year. So as we come into the end, as we start seeing this wrap up and this war and how they've been able to build it, and you read it as in the past 6 months, like I think everything has flowed very smoothly for them. I think that like I said, when we're looking at the past 6 months, they've definitely set themselves up for this final arc to hopefully end on a high note, a good note. I think that yeah, I just like what they've done as we look at it as a whole these past 6 months, what they've done with My Hero Academia.
Yeah, wholeheartedly agree. Like it's just been I think he's been setting it up very well. Like, we've had the beginning of the war. We've had Deku separating off. We've had the moment with Toga and her confessing her love and all of that. We've had the brothers fighting, like you said. Some of the Aoyama stuff has been coming back up. I think as a whole, like this final war has been pretty solid. Even off one being the menace that he is, you know what I'm saying? Through 2 series, like we just had the end of Vigilantes. Like, of course, Vigilantes couldn't make the list, but you know what I'm saying? Just as a whole, like how he's been as a part of the story for this final battle in My Hero has just been amazing to see. I think we just can't deny that, My Hero has been solid this entire year.
Also, man, listen, All For One, he's making a consistent case of being villain of the year. Damn again. Like that man's a menace. That is an absolute menace right there. Crazy.
Yeah.
Um, so we're getting to our top four. I think low key our top four is really easy to pick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Number four, I mean, we might be talking about rookie of the year.
Definitely the best one out of everything that's come out over the
We're
last
talking about
few.
rookie of the year with this one.
Yeah,
Like what they've been able to do with this year has been. I mean, shoot.
sales.
They came in at February 13th and
Yeah,
just it just came in hot.
the sales have been going crazy. There's been so much
Sales,
promotion in
color
Japan.
pages,
The big push from
color
Oda. You
spread,
know what I'm saying? Like,
like everything. Like, listen, Tsunaga got one.
yeah,
Akanebanashi is coming in at number 4 for us. I can't like you can't deny it.
you can't.
You can't deny it at all. Like it has been it's there's a reason it has survived.
Yeah,
It's that damn good. It keeps you wanting to come back reading every week. Like you're I really love how much they pour into this main character and like you really truly feel a part of this journey. I mean, even with something so I feel like story wise what they're talking about, I think that they chose a topic that's pretty hard to write about in
yeah,
terms of like there is no like real battle here. You're talking about someone who's doing performances and like verbal performances too.
yeah,
So it's like I think they just got added layers of, you know, like these performers and like making their performances come alive. You following, following the main character throughout her story and like even her resolve and finding her resolve on like why she does what she do. Like from chapter one to now, like it has consistently been showing up and it's consistently been great every single week.
yeah. I wholeheartedly agree. And to your point about like the way that Akanebanashi tells its story, like because of its verbal performances, is also kind of the reason why we can't really feel for the same way for something like 6P, you know what I mean? Because like it's been music performances. Granted, it survived the axis as well, but like that's a shout out to them. But in the same regard, like we just can't feel the same way for something that's more music based when it comes to like tones and shifts and all of that things. Like, um, I think that would be better for the anime. Like, I'm happy that it's also one of those non battle action things, something like Blue Box, something like what else?
Akane makes me realize why Ayashimon got canceled. Like, especially when we're talking about main characters. Cause like I even though I wasn't even mad how Ayashimon set up the main character, I also like Akane made me understand like building the story around the main character and making the main character be really the driving force. Right? Like for Ayashimon, I feel like the main character it wasn't the vehicle. Like the main character was there, it wasn't really the vehicle.
Yeah,
Like
it was more about who the main character was with that
yeah,
was the
you know what I'm
driving
saying?
force.
Like they poured a lot into the side supporting characters in the story overall, which wasn't bad once again. You couldn't buy into the main character.
Yeah,
Like kind of you buy into the main character so well, and then you look at the supports and you look at all the supporting cast around the main character, and even them, they could all stand on their own. Like they're all solid. They can all stand on their own too. So that the supporting characters being able to stand on their own too, in as they you know,
as we follow
as
them
they
on their
help the main,
journey.
what I'm saying? Yeah, as they go along on their journey, and as the main character goes along, like it just makes the story 10 times stronger.
Yeah, it's
And like you see it happen consistently.
yeah, definitely. And I think that's to Doron's testament, even though it's not on the list, like we can say that it's also been that way with that story too. Like we've been following the main character. He's not as like one note as someone like Kaido from Ayashimon, even though it follows the power of friendship trope. I think because it's something that we can follow the main character's story with all the way down to like him and his mom and the relationship with the yokai that killed his mom and all of the things with the squads and everything, the traitor in their story. I think it's been solid with that. But to Akane, I think because it's been so non-battle focused and like it's just been the art has been great, the storytelling has been fantastic with the setup with her driving force. You know what I'm saying? It's just been really fantastic. I think speaking of like performances, which we also got to put a quick mention to Showa Shoten because it also had a solid run this year, but I think it's way too early in the stage. We both agree that it's way too early in its story, even though they're
Set
trying.
chapter 9 is only has 6 chapters, like chapter
Yeah,
4 through 9. I just didn't know. Like I'm like, all right, like it's been good. I just don't know. It was just hard for me to throw it on.
yeah, yeah.
Um, number 3, Sakamoto Days. I mean,
It's been fun,
it's so fun,
even though it's like
so fun,
death and
so
everything.
swaggy, so swaggy, so fun, so just it's like for me, Sakamoto is everything you want in a shonen.
Yeah,
You get cool characters, you get cool fights, you get cool stories, you get shenanigans. Like the power of friendship is like not really there. Like it's not present, but it's there. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't be like coming, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't all be coming together and be like, yeah, let's go.
they
You
try to
know,
do that, but then like we got in the last chapters, like, well, fuck, like this man is really out of our league,
you
even
get
though,
an OP character in
yeah,
Sakamoto. Like Sakamoto's out of, like, you know, like it's just it's a perfect, I don't know, it's just the perfect balance of things, and I love it. It's great. I don't
yeah.
like Sakamoto is the perfect shonen for me right now.
Yeah, for me, it like balances the action and humor of something like One Piece. You know what I mean? Like it does that very well, but it's also very graphic in everything that it does. Like the battle scenes are good. You can follow the characters and their emotions very well. Like the stuff with Shin and the new characters from this whole exam arc has been great. You know what I mean? Even with today's chapter, which was kind of funny in its own way. I think that we've just had a lot of great things come from Sakamoto this year. So it being top 3 is very good. Like I'm happy to see it up this high. It's been consistent on all fronts.
Yeah, completely. Coming in number 2, we finally get the end of it today,
And we got
but
one
for
more
the
chapter.
past, huh?
We got one more chapter.
I mean, one more chapter, but I mean, I feel today was really like the end. Today meaning Sunday. You're gonna hear this Monday. One Piece. You know what? One Piece gets this for the simple fact that they had the biggest reveal. Like they had the biggest like
Yeah,
pop moment. Like I don't think anything has. I don't think there's a bigger moment in manga that's happened this year than the Joy Boy
yeah,
in Gear 5.
yeah. The defeats of Big Mom and Kaido all this year at the same time too, man. Like it's 4 years, man. It's been 4 years, and we're getting all of that wrapped up this year. Like I think that speaks for itself. It's the 25th anniversary. Like they popping up with the final saga at the end of this year, coming August, man. Like it's just been a fantastic run for One Piece, and like a lot of people feel like Wano has dragged on too long, and I mean it has been 4 years, so like I can see the argument there. But for me personally, this has been the most fun that I've had with One Piece in a very long time. Like I've been following One Piece for probably 15 going on 20 years, man, and it's just like everything about it has just been the most fun that it's ever been, and to see that it's finally coming, it's trying to finally wrap up everything, plot lines are being connected, but there's still so many mysteries left to solve, man. Like it's One Piece. I
It's
I
One
I
Piece.
I
What more
want
could
people
you
to get
say?
into it now while you can, because I think these next 5 years are going to be it, and it's going to be probably the biggest pop moments in anime history, anime and manga history.
I can't disagree. I can't disagree. But yeah, I think One Piece is just like the moments that have been happening are just too big, and just like you said, like Kaido gets defeated, Big Mom gets defeated, like Joey Boy returns, like you get all these reveals, you get all these things that you've been kind of like as a fan, like, you know what I'm saying, as long term fans of One Piece. It's like how long have you been waiting to hear and see these things?
Yeah,
man, it's like, dang, like all of these have happened. They've been happening consistently back to back to back. You get like each pirate kind of has a moment, you know, even the king and queen battle with Sanji and Zoro, like it's just like everybody has been able to get a moment, and everybody's been able to do their thing, and like, you know, within it you get the shenanigans too, but like you really yeah, I think just One Piece, what it's done this year is really amazing. I think as once again as fans, and especially the long term fans, it's very fulfilling to see these things happen and finally come true. And you're like, damn, like how long I've been waiting for this? Like how long have we been waiting to figure out what Joy Boy is? Or how long we been waiting? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Shit, how long we been waiting to see Big Mom get whooped? Like man, we were on
Nah,
Whole
for
Cake
real.
Island. She was smoking cat. So it's just like, you know, it's been a definitely a full journey. We're definitely in the end game with that now, and I'm excited to see what happens next, especially after this chapter and the things that were just kind of revealed in this chapter.
Yeah.
I think a lot of backstabbing is about to happen very
Oh, it's about
soon.
to go dumb. It's about to go crazy. This is also why I'm staying
Um,
off of Twitter. But still at me though with your opinions. But yeah.
last and not least, the number one. I think everybody knows what it is.
Yeah. Process
We've
of
been pushing
elimination. Process
the
of
process of elimination. What we've been like, the propaganda we've been pushing, like it's like we've been pushing this all
Hey
year
man.
of what's gonna be the manga of the year, and they consistently been showing up. I don't think they've had really any bad chapters at all this year.
I'm saying, man, I'm
Um,
glad we got me and Roboco at number one, dog. Like it's been
you
fantastic.
shut the fuck up. Bye. That was too perfect.
Hey man.
I'm not even mad at it. You're hilarious.
Hey
No,
man.
it's not me and Roboco. It's something even more beautiful.
Hey man. I'm happy,
Um,
man. We got
Blue Box. Blue Box at number one. I mean, what more can we say that hasn't already been said about this manga?
fantastic slice of life, action, sports, romance, not action, but sports, romance,
Nah,
drama.
listen, bro, the shit that man be going through, that's
Yeah,
action.
that is
Emotional
action.
action. Emotional action, man. Listen, bro, you been dog, it's just like I said, what more can we say? What more can I say? What more can be said? What more can be, you know, like it's just it's just that deal. Like what
Yeah.
more can be like I'm not even going to
Think about where we were, man. We had the fireworks festival. We had China's birthday. We got this stuff going on with the confession, man. Like we've had so many things that are just like happened in this past 6 months. And we're really speedballing into some crazy territory. Like even with today's chapter with Taiki's like, bruh, who do I think I am, bro? I'm not even.
man, the year started off with the
I'm
fireworks.
saying,
We started off with the fireworks this year.
uh,
Like then the birthday. Did she brick that shot for nationals?
I think that was before the fireworks.
Was that before the fire? Okay, so we get the birthday, we get the fireworks, we get the I love yous, we get, man, listen, my man Tiger's in a tight spot right now. Like we get him at his peak where he's spiraling right now. He's about to go Black Mamba.
Man,
This is his breaking point. This is where he's about to hit the fucking button. He's about to be like, man, listen, I'm about to turn up all the way. I just once again, I think the Blue Box and especially what it's going up against. I
yeah,
think what Blue Box is going up against, and for it to be the best story going right now, like you got to pay it its respect. You got to give it its respect.
yeah, definitely. Like it's been the most fun. It's only been out for a year, but the year that it's been running, listen, I think we've seen so many things that have come and gone in Shonen Jump, but this is something that has been truly special. I don't think we've seen anything like this with the cliffhangers, the emotional drama, the fact that these guys are just in a high school and facing these things, but they're like down to earth, real world problems that you could face and trying to overcome adversity with, your extracurriculars in addition to these things, man. Like so many emotions, so many great characters in this story that we're trying to figure out and learn more about, you know what I'm saying? Whether or not his homie was a snake or not. You know what I'm saying? Dirty Macking. You got some of the older characters who are showing their relationship efforts and how they've been able to handle that with their extracurriculars. You know what I'm saying? We've been seeing so many different perspectives with Blue
And once
Box.
again, it goes back to this too. Look at the side characters.
Uh-huh.
Look at Kingo. Look at everybody else going on around. Like everybody's able to stand on their own solid too, and everybody's been able to be like handle their business. Like even Kingo in the Nationals, and seeing him and his girl, and like that storyline.
Yep.
Like they've been able to go into so many different spots and just not miss.
Yeah.
Like not miss a bit. Like not miss a step. Not miss anything.
Think about how many cliffhangers that we've had over the last few months. Like, I think
every chapter,
I think the last
every chapter has had a cliffhanger and a crazy one too. Where you're like, yo, like what is going on?
I've never seen a manga that has so many cliffhangers, dog. I don't know how I would feel about this getting animated with them cliffhangers, man. I don't know how I could feel. I don't think it could capture the same emotion that I would feel with Hina saying I love you or something like that. You know, I don't think we could capture that in anime. But when it does happen, I guarantee you niggas will pop their shit. Especially if the episode ends or something like that. It'll be like, what is now? Now it's happening. Come on, man. Like, it's been fantastic. Blue Box has been absolutely amazing. Like,
she did brick the shot this year.
Brick the shot this year?
She bricked the shot this year. Come on, man.
Yeah,
you can't like. Come on, man. It's too good. Blue Box is too good. I got thugs reading Blue Box.
Hey, man, listen.
I got some allegedly those reading Blue Box, man. Like, come on, Blue Box is really it's in a class of its own. Yeah. It's really in a class of its own right now. Yeah. Like I said, all the things, like think about everything that we just listed, even the things I got omitted. Like think about everything that for Blue Box to be like really the best out of all those, and you really look at it. There's no comparison, bro. All
right,
there's none.
All right, wait. Before we start to wrap things up, I got two questions that we can end it off on. First one. We've pretty much set our piece with all of these things. Like this has been a solid top 8, and of course we've left some things off. How do you feel about the next 6 months? What do you see could potentially be in the top 8 for the next 6 months?
Blue Box for sure is. Once again, I'm all the way bought in on Blue Box. It's gonna be anime of the year. Sakamoto, I don't see much changing. I think JJK probably makes a better run. I think Yozakura makes a better run. Tapping back into Mashle, Blue Box is returning, or not Blue. Black Clover is returning. We got some monthlies, like Shoha Shoten's.
We gotta give Hunter a run.
Hunter may, depending on how Hunter drops and however that looks like. Trying to think.
Do you feel like there's some Jump Plus stuff that we could cover?
Dandadan for sure. I mean, like I said, it's already made the list. I don't know what more is on. What other Jump? Wondering whatever Spy Family ends up doing. If Endo stays on this bi-weekly status. You can kind of see where this story goes, and we don't get more side missions, and we get another like full blown arc.
Because we're supposed to be getting Chainsaw Man at some point.
Chainsaw Man 2's coming at some point this year, some point in the summer. So, like I said, the next 6 months is
okay.
Yeah, we got some stuff. Like even this first 6. I'll say this. This first 6 months isn't going to compare to the next 6.
Yeah, that's a fact.
This next 6 is about to be insane.
This is about to be a wild ride this next 6 months.
These next 6 months is about to be crazy. This first 6 months was like for me, this first 6 months, like it was good, but it was light in terms of like what's about to come, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we still got some more new titles that are probably coming in.
That was going to be my second question. So we've had a lot of new releases, and of course one of them made the list, and that was Akane. We've got Shugamaru and Ayashimon out the way, but we've also had Earthchild, and we got Aliens Area, and then the new one, Ruri Dragon. How do you feel about those three? What do you think those?
Earthchild, I'm still mad on. Aliens Arena, I'm mad on. Can't lie, the little dragon joint. I was like, this is fun.
Okay. I might.
I was like, this is cool. All right, she's a dragon. Like, I like how plain and simple they kept it. Like, all the dialogue, like everything was just plain and simple. It was like, she's a dragon. I think I like it because I think it's setting up for some shenanigans. Like, it's setting up for some like stuff to happen.
Yeah,
so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, same. I'm right there with you, man. Like, I've been kind of feeling some type of way. I told you how I feel about her child. I think it might be pushing towards the end. Aliens area, we got to see how that runs, because rereading it feels a little bit different, but we just got to see where that goes, because it may make a good push. And then wait, I forgot the smartphone one. Super.
Oh yeah, the smartphone joint.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. That's one pretty good too.
Yeah,
I think once we get more, like you said, I think we get some Death Note vibes from it. Oh, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But obviously summer is starting officially. Mm-hmm. It's time to hit the beach.
Yeah, man. Going on
it's time
vacation.
to kick our feet. It's time to put our feet in the sand for a little bit, and we'll get it's time. We gotta. I think, man, Big Eyes. We just need to put our feet in the sand for a little bit. I think we just need to, tan.
Hey, man, I'm in the inner tube floating around the island. You feel me? Like,
you know what I'm saying? I feel that we need to go to the vacation home for a little bit for the next couple of weeks. So yeah, man. I mean, we'll see y'all while we vacationing. But this wraps up this episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. As always, thank you for listening. Yeah, make sure you are following, subscribe to the Lookout RNC. Make sure you're following, subscribe to RNC Radio Live, wherever y'all like listen to podcasts or favorite social media sites. And as always, AD, what's the sign off?
You already know. Please read more manga, watch more anime, and be on the lookout, only on the lookout for the Big Eyes Podcast.